everybody, it's Michelle, and today I've got for you a Mat Pilates workout using a resistance loop as our prop. Mine is a light tension. You're welcome to use as heavy of a resistance as you would like. If you don't have one of these on hand, you can take a regular TheraBand and tie it in a circle, and that should, in a pinch, give you the same effect. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to start sitting on our mat to get warmed up. So have your legs outstretched in front of you, slightly wider than hip width apart. And then you're going to place your loop kind of over the backs of your hands, okay? Just make sure it's not directly on your wrist joint. So I just want you to reach your arms out in front of you, sit tall on your sitting bones, and then keeping a little pressure into your loop, you're just going to bend your elbows and bring it towards your chest, and then extend the arms back forward. Yeah, nice and easy, just getting the shoulders moving here. So exhaling as you reach out, inhaling to pull back. Very good. So it's up to you how much pressure you want to put into the band with your hands. Yeah, the harder you press, the more you'll feel the shoulders working. Good. Now, when the elbows are bent, I want you to lift your chest, extend your spine, and look up. When the arms are straight, you're going to round and fold over the legs. So breathe in and look up and out. And then exhale, draw the belly button back and in. So good. So just caving over the legs, the arms stay level with the floor, and just starting to involve the spine. Very good. Now your pelvis doesn't move. You keep it nice and stacked and allow the spine to do the working. So good. One last time. Now come up and pause. We're going to add a little bit of rotation. So now you're going to rotate over one leg with your bent elbows. As you breathe out, you're going to reach the arms towards that single foot and then stack back up. Elbows bend, go to the other side. So inhale to rotate, exhale to fold and reach, and then return up tall, and then keep alternating. And it's up to you if you want to come up just to a straight spine, or if you want to add that extra kind of upper back extension that we found earlier, looking up towards the sky. Yes, whichever feels better in your body. Whew. And by not dropping the arms too close to the feet, we get some nice work for the shoulders here. Okay. All right, let's go one more time over each leg. So really feel the abs pulling back in opposition to the arms. Whew. Very good. So next, I want you to bend your knees, place your feet flat on the mat, about hip width apart, and the loop is going to stay in that same spot over the hands. So we're going to sit right up tall on our sitting bones, take a breath in, and we're just going to roll halfway back towards the mat. So letting the pelvis move now, tucking under, and then coming right back up tall. Yes, exhale, scoop and roll, and then inhale to restack. Good. Now, if you ever feel the shoulders tuckering out, or if you start feeling the work go up into your neck, then just kind of take a little bit of the press off of the band, and you can just let it hang on your hands. And then when you're ready for more, just repress out onto it, okay? So now, moving on, we're going to challenge the abdominals a little bit more. As we roll back, we're going to stay here. Now take a breath in and just raise the arms up towards the ceiling. Now as you breathe out, you're going to fold over the legs, stretch into this rounded spine, and then stack back up, and we're back where we started. So 4 counts. 1, we roll back. 2, we lift without losing our round back. 3, we fold forward. And then 4, we sit up. Very good. A few more times. Really grip the toes onto the mat so you have a little bit of an anchor keeping you attached. Good. Couple more times. Scoop. Maybe start to push how far you roll back on each one. Yeah, so we're kind of gearing up our challenge a little bit more. Oh, so nice. All right, let's start to add on now. So roll back and stay. We're going to add some rotation. So leave the feet down, rotate to one side, and then come back center. Other side, exhale, and then return. So it's almost like the outside hand is just kind of pulling the other arm along with it. Yes, now it's our upper back rotating. Make sure the legs aren't flopping to the side in opposition. Let's do 2 more. So good. Now to finish, we'll pause in the middle, raise the arms up just like we did before, and then round over the legs to stretch. All right, so next we're going to include the legs a little bit more. So arms reach out front. We exhale to roll back. Now, as we rotate the upper body, we're going to lift the leg on the side that we're twisting towards up to tabletop, and then replace it and come center. Rotate and then center. So really feeling that opposite elbow to knee kind of passing and overlapping each other. So good. And the pelvis and the low back stay nice and stable. Let's do 2 more. Try to keep the loop tight if you can. Pause in the center. Finish how we did, raising the arms, tossing them forward, and then come up tall. Okay, next, repeat that with some little bits of pulses thrown in. So arms reach, we roll back. Now this time as we twist, we let the upper body do 2 little pulses. 1, 2, and then return. Other side, pulse, pulse, and center. Good, so 2 little exhales on the pulses. Inhale to replace. Very good. So it's more the spine and the arms pulsing, and the leg just holds steady. Very good. Pulse, pulse, center. 2 more times. 1, 2. Last one. 1, 2. Pause in the middle. Raise the arms high, and then dive over the legs and rest. Awesome. Okay, moving on, scoot forward so you have a good amount of mat behind you because we're going to be rolling down onto our backs. Take your legs back out to straight, about the width of your mat apart. Hands are still inside the loop. Reach your arms and fold over the legs. Good. Now we are going to tuck our tail under, breathe in, and start to roll through your spine as slowly as you can until you find your head and your shoulder blades on the mat. Reach your arms overhead. Now, not easy. We're going to return back up to sitting. Lead with the arms, squeeze your glutes, and roll back over the legs. So good. So we inhale to roll away. Exhale as we find the floor. This tension on the band will really help stabilize your scapula and help you be more successful. Now, this is a very difficult exercise, so if today you're having some trouble, feel free to just do a half roll up and then lay back to the mat. Okay, that's a great prep to get you ready for the full exercise. You can also throw your arms if that's what's going to help you get over your legs today. Okay, and then really focus on a slow and smooth descent. So let's do about 2-ish more reps of whatever your version is for today. Very good. Really feeling that imprint and rolling of the spine off the mat. Okay, the next time we get down there, we're just going to stay. Let your arms fall all the way to the floor behind you and take a big long stretch from your fingertips to your toes. Very nice, you guys. Okay, next we are going to switch gears a little bit and take the band up over our thighs. So slip your feet inside of it. Get it just above your kneecaps. And then we're going to place our feet on the floor, okay? So pelvis is going to tuck and tilt a couple of times just to kind of prime us up here. So put a little bit of pressure into the loop and then just press your low back towards the floor and then make a gap. Tuck and then release. Very good. Okay, now we're going to end up having that small gap between our low back and the floor. So neutral spine, arms placed down next to you. Take a breath in. Now, as you breathe out, I just want you to float one leg up to tabletop. Now you notice you get this resistance for the front of the lifting leg and the back of the leg that stays behind, and then we set the foot back down. Other side, roll through the foot to lift and then replace down. Now, if you were to sneak your fingertips under your low back, you shouldn't feel your spine pushing into your hands when your leg lifts up. So that would mean we were losing that neutral space under there. Okay, so we're going to get a little bit more benefit from these leg lifts if we keep that gap. All right, so keep that in mind. Let's do a few more. The wider apart you set your feet down, the more work it's going to be for our outer thighs. All right, let's do one more. Very good. Now take your hands behind your head and we're going to add an abdominal curl. Still trying to keep that gap under the lower back. So inhale to get ready. Exhale, we're going to float one knee up, curl our spine up to meet it, and then replace back down. Good. Exhale to fold, and then inhale, lower. Yes? So if we smush our low back to the ground, we lose a lot of the nice core work we can get. Yes, so really try to maintain our neutral as we fold and then lower. It's our upper back that's making the C shape with the spine. Good, couple more times. So both legs are working, not just the lifting leg. Really press hard with the flat foot into the floor. So good, you guys. Let's do two more. Chin stays off of the chest. And then lay down and relax. Whew. Okay, let's add some rotation to this to get our obliques going a little differently. So inhale to get ready. Exhale, we lift and twist, elbow to knee, opposite arm and leg, and then replace down. Exhale, curl and fold, and then lower. Very nice. So keeping your neck nice and strong. Chin stays a little bit lifted. Good. Couple more times, still keeping that pressure of the flat foot down. Very good, you guys. In and replace. Let's do a couple more. See if you can get that single shoulder blade off of the floor. Good. Last one. Whew. And then lay back and relax. Ah, awesome. Okay. Next, we're going to change gears. We're going to place our arms down on the mat next to us, and we're going to do some hip rolls. Okay. So feet flat and wide enough that you have enough tension on the band to feel your outer thighs, okay? So I want you to start by pressing your knees out to the sides to get that tautness through the band. Now you're going to exhale, tuck your tailbone and roll the spine off of the mat. Good. The higher your hips go, the harder you press out with the knees. On your next exhale, you're going to roll back down from top to bottom and then relax. Good, and we'll do that again. So the knees press wide, our tail tucks under, we lift and open, feel like you're dragging your heels towards you, and then reverse that to come down. Very good. Couple more sets just like that. Good, 4 counts. 1, we press out and lift. 2, we inhale and hold it. 3, we start to roll back down. And then 4, we settle back into neutral. Good, let's do that 2 more times. I love doing these with the band. It really brings that extra element of including the outsides of the legs. Very nice. Let's do that 1 more time. Now hold in your bridge and stay. We're going to tabletop our legs one at a time, just like we did before, except now our hips are lifted. So remove one foot, push hard with the foot we leave behind, and then set it back down. Other side, lift, and then lower. So even more intense on that opposition from the hip flexors on one side, the back of the leg on the other. So good. Now make sure the hip bones aren't getting out of alignment with each other. Keep them nice and even. So good, you guys. Let's do 1 more. If this is too intense, you can drop your hips a little lower to the floor. Up and down. Now lift your hips even higher to finish, and then roll down through the spine. Okay, now we're going to advance this to a full shoulder bridge. All right, so a little bit more complicated coordination-wise, but let's give it a try. So here we go. Tuck under and roll. This time when we lift a leg, we're going to extend it all the way to straight. Now flex your foot and lower your leg down, point your toes and lift. Flex and lower, point and lift. So now we're maintaining Whew, our balance on one leg for a lot longer. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Now pause at the top, bend to tabletop, set the foot down, and we're gonna go right away to the other side. So lift the leg through tabletop to reach up, and then we lower and lift. If the foot is too much to think about, feel free to eliminate it. Whew. Level through the hips, so good. Last one. Bend through tabletop, lift a little higher, and then roll back to the mat. Whew. Okay, that was so good. I think we need to do it one more time. So let's scoop and lift. Now that we know what's coming, here we go. One leg lifts, we drop it down and up. Exhale down, inhale, lift. Good, getting that free movement through the ankle. 2, 1. Pause at the top and switch legs. Other side. Last time, really drive through that supporting glute. Lift 2 more, drop. Use the backs of the arms. Bend the knee, lift even higher, and then roll to the floor. Whew. Very good, you guys. All right, just kind of drop your knees from side to side here. The band will kind of pull the back knee into the stretch. Very good. All right, we're gonna keep the fun going for our outer thighs. We're gonna switch to lay on our side and do a little side lying series. So bend your knees to about 90 degrees and then lay down and just place your head in your bottom hand. Okay, so once you're here, chin up and feel a little lift from the bottom side of the waist. Okay, so we're gonna work on some internal and some external rotation of this hip, which is gonna feel really good, okay? If it's too intense for you with the band, feel free to remove it. So to start with, we're not even going to put any pull on the band. We're just going to swing our top foot up and then return. Swing and then lower. So we're really isolating this internal rotation action of our top leg. Very good. It's kind of good to take note of like how far you're able to lift that foot without moving anything else. Yeah, very good. All right, now swing your foot up and stay. I want you to just kick your leg on that diagonal line that we've made with the shin. Bend till the knees touch and then drop the foot. And then again, swing it up. Now the straighter the leg gets, the more the tension grows on the band. We bring it down and then lower. So good. Now all the while, we keep that little slight lift away from the floor. Very good, you guys. Let's do that 2 more times. Sometimes these internal rotators we don't work on as much. So if it's challenging, it's not just you. All right, now let's pause with the leg kicked up on the diagonal, and we're just going to go continuously with the bend and the reach. In and out, knocking those knees together. It's kind of fun to put your thumb on the top side of this hip and kind of feel the muscles that are doing the action. Now pause with your legs straight and just take some little tiny pulses. Up, up, up. So good. 3, 2, 1, and then relax down. Okay, so that was our little set for internal rotation. Now we're going to work a little external rotation, which is not easy with the band going on. So same start position. We're going to exhale and externally rotate. So lift the knee into kind of a clamshell position and then return it down. Good. Exhale, open, and then close. Good. Now, for me at least, with my band, I'm not getting a huge range of motion. The band is really kind of preventing me. So it might not be a big shape. Yes, now pretend like you had a little stack of like dominoes or something behind your tailbone. Don't roll back and knock your dominoes over. Yes, so the pelvis doesn't move. Now pause with your knee down. Ankles are going to stay together. What we're going to add on is our feet coming off of the floor. So my bottom knee stays behind. When I do my clamshell, I hover my feet and then lower back down. Lift and then lower. So we get a greater range of motion for the hip and the knee, and we involve the inner thighs a little bit. So good, you guys. Couple more times. Checking in with that waist. Make sure we're not compromising it because of the leg lift. All right, now lift up and stay and go with just the top leg, closing and opening. The feet stay still in space. So good. Let's do 3 more. That's not easy. 2, 1, and then just relax the legs to the mat. Awesome. Okay, let's even ourselves out on the other side. So come on down, knees bent in front of you, head in the hand, give a little lift, and then we'll internally rotate. So we swing the foot up and then down. Very good. Now maybe check it out. See if you notice if this leg is able to turn in more, if the foot's going higher, maybe lower or about the same. So kind of good to notice. See how our range of motion is from side to side. Good. Couple more sets, and then we're going to add on the knee extension. So pause with the foot up, kick the heel up to the corner of the room, bend to touch, and then lower down. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. Get that nice pull into the band with the back of the knee. So good. Notice if you're holding on to any tension where it's not needed. Try to let that go. All right, let's do this 2 more times, and then we'll go continually with the bend and the stretch. So here we go. Reach out and then just knock the knees in and press. In and press. So good. Drop and lift. 3 more. Good. Almost done. 2. Now on the last one, we'll take a couple little pulses up, up. Try to stay turned in with the leg long. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then relax. Ooh, so good. All right, now external rotation. So here we go. Turn out and then lower. And down. So good. Check back in with the hips. Make sure you're not knocking over your imaginary dominoes. So good. You can bend the knees a little bit more if you find you need a bigger range of motion. All right, now the feet are going to arrive off of the mat by the time the knee is fully turned out, and then lower. Up and replace. Good. Lift and lower. Keep the heels so tight together. Let's do 3 more. Up. 2 more. Now last one, pause with the feet up and just go with the knee, closing and opening. Little windshield wipers. So good. Oh, not easy. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then relax down to the mat. Oh my goodness. So nice, you guys. All right, take your band off of your legs, and we're just going to finish with a quick little stretch for those outer thighs and hips. So go ahead and sit on your mat, hands back behind you, and then just take an ankle, whichever one, cross it over the knee into a figure 4 position. Lift your chest, and then I just want you to kind of rock your legs side to side. Nice and easy. Now, if this stretch is too intense, move your bottom foot forward, be a less stretch, or if you need a little bit more, scooch it even closer to you, okay? Try not to collapse into the shoulders. Good, and that's it. Just try to let go and allow the leg to just swing side to side. If you feel like you need to pause in one spot and kind of give a little more time in an area, you can. All right, let's do the other side, nice and easy. So crossover, knee presses, chest lifts, and then start small with your rocks. So good. Kind of move the foot till it feels just right. Maybe your rocking can get a little bit bigger. You'll probably feel a greater stretch when the crossed over foot gets closer to the floor. All right, you guys, and with that, we are all done. Thank you so much for joining me for today's Mat Pilates workout using our resistance loop. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like down below. Leave me a comment if you have any feedback or requests for future videos. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications, and please share this video with a friend, and I'll see you next time. Bye.